Today we are here with Clint Tabon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Glad to be here.
It's so nice to have you here. I'd like to kind of start us off by learning a little bit more about you and hearing a little bit of your backstory. So, what were you doing before deciding to become a focal point coach?
Yeah, good question. I was kind of at I don't want to say a crossroads, but in my career path, I was looking for a new opportunity to be a business owner and was working with a broker, a consultant, a franchise broker consultant, taking my background, my professional experience, and just my skill set and passion and looking what possible business opportunities were aligning with what I was looking to do at that next stage of my career. And that's when I learned that I didn't know about Focal Point, but I didn't know coaching was a franchise opportunity. And so for me at this stage of my career, I thought the investment made a lot of sense to invest in something that had a brand, that had content and a framework and a structure to help me jumpstart my coaching practice. I've always had a desire to be a coach and to work with a coach, so it was a natural transition. And while working with the broker, there was other idea or franchise opportunities that interest me, but my thought process was if I'm going to get involved in a diversification of business, it made sense to learn about coaching first and then apply it to myself so then I can apply it to future business endeavors that I take on.
That's interesting. Could you go a little bit deeper on that last bit that you just said there with applying it to yourself first?
Yeah, I thought, well, hey, if I'm going to go through and learn and get certified and be able to coach individuals, I could obviously, and when you go through coaching certification with Focal Point, you quickly recognize that you're applying these lessons and techniques to yourself as well, right? If you're not practicing the things you're trying to coach, even I'd relate that to a personal trainer, right? You're not necessarily going to hire a personal trainer who's not what you're looking to achieve as far as health and wellness.
Yeah, no, that's a good analogy too. I
Yeah,
completely agree. To practice what you preach, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And so you said that there were a couple different things that obviously come up from brokers, different places that you're looking at.
Yeah.
And what set Focal Point apart from, let's say, a different coaching franchise?
Yeah, I think what was nice about Focal Point, at least from my perspective, was that Focal Point doesn't shy away from your professional background that you've built over your decades of your career, right? I had a long-standing career in tech, 25 plus years, and Focal Point doesn't want me to shy away from that. They want me to use that background and professional experience and to then leverage the Focal Point content and the framework to allow me to be a better coach. Some of the frameworks that or some of the coaching opportunities I was looking at were a bit more rigid and kind of following their framework to a T more than allowing me to be myself or introduce myself or my professional background into the coaching practice as well.
Would you be able to give me an example of what that looks like, taking those 25 years of experience and applying it to the Focal Point frameworks?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been a business owner, a small business owner in the past too. I've actually been a personal trainer in the past too. So, things like time management or just because you're, busy doesn't mean you're actively working on the right tasks. So being able to make sure you're prioritizing things that move the needle in your business, because sometimes we all got a laundry list of tasks to do for a day and we're not going to get through them all, but we should be choosing the ones that move the needle and have most impact to our business. So something of that nature, right? But even learnings in my background in my career, even though it was focused around tech and I was very good at what I did, I think what I enjoyed most from that experience was the mentorship, the leadership, the executive training, the culture building, right? So that learnings that I had, that passion that I had, allowed me to bring that into my coaching experience. And it's funny, I did have a little bit of an imposter syndrome coming into coaching after working in tech for so many years. But after talking to, former colleagues or people who used to work for me, they're like, what are you talking about? You've been coaching us for years, right? Just not in a professional coaching capacity. So yeah, that's kind of one instance of how my passion for impact and culture kind of bled over into allowing me to be myself in coaching.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great way of explaining that too. And it's always so interesting to hear how, you take that experience, which is so valuable, and apply it. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long have you been with Focal Point again, if you don't mind me
Yeah,
asking?
this month is my 1 year anniversary since certification.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks.
I feel like I've known you longer that it feels like it's been years since you've worked with Focal Point.
Yeah, yeah.
So how has the past year been for you?
It's been a lot of lessons learned, right? There's growing pains, and it's not just with Focal Point, right? This is any brand new business that you start. I think it's been a big mindset shift for me that I came from a place of building my brand, my compensation, people who recognize me, people who respect me in the industry over this length of career. And now, all of a sudden, I'm starting something brand new that nobody knows me in this industry and having to prove myself again. So I really had to come in with realistic expectations to think, wow, with any business, it's not like year one, I can replace the compensation that I've built 25 plus years trying to command in the market, right? That respect in the market. So I think there's highs and there's lows, but I feel like the first year has been a great learning experience for me of who truly do I want to coach with, who do I resonate with, and who do I want to make the biggest impact with. And so I think that takes some time. Some coaches go through that journey a lot quicker. And, when they start their practice, automatically know they want to coach in a certain space. Maybe it's just executive coaching. And they know that because they've went through those decisions, that brainstorming in their head or with others prior to making that decision. I, though, had to go through that decision after the certification of Focal Point, right? Then it was for me an awakening experience of who do I truly want to work with and what product offerings I want to do. So I think that's been the biggest lessons learned as my year anniversary is hit.
Thank you for sharing that. Going all the way back to the beginning, since it's still probably fresh in your mind. How did you find your first few clients?
So yeah, when you go through certification, the master coach is really emphasize having intentional conversations, right? With your network. Start to get out there, reach out to people you already know, whether it be colleagues, entrepreneurs, family, friends, but reach out. And so I did. And really, I was reaching out to share my transition from tech to coaching. I wasn't pitching. I was just connecting to see how life was going for them and then just share a little bit of my journey of where I am at today. And then further down the line, started to then lean into the local networking groups like your chambers or your BNIs and provisors. But initially, my first clients came from all my immediate network.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, my
And
first pro
so then,
bono client actually came from me taking out the trash, and my neighbor was like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been in this intense certification for becoming a business coach." And he's like, "I want my wife to work with you." And that's how I got my first pro bono client. And they're still my
hilarious.
and they're still my client today, and they're a paying client though today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Well, congratulations. You can find people taking out the trash too.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a different kind of champions network. Speaking of knowing people, did you rely more on that networking and referrals or online outreach? You mentioned a little bit earlier, but do you mind expanding on that a bit for me?
Yeah, at first I have a pretty vast network of my champions network, but after connecting with them and just updating on my progress, then I've looked at other marketing efforts. So whether that be, online marketing or just networking, professional networking or referrals. I find networking and referrals to convert best, but it doesn't mean that I don't do online outreach. My personality, my disc personality, that method can be draining for me. I like interaction. I like that in-touch, person-to-person kind of conversation, but I do appreciate and understand how online marketing can reach that broader audience, but it does take some time to nurture. So for me, I still do my fair share, but I try to blend that in with more in-person activities so I'm not stuck behind the computer all day long.
I get that. That
Yeah.